All right, everybody. Have you been waiting for ChatGPT 5.6, Sol, Terra, Luna, the three-in-one? We've got the new model. It's finally here. I mean, if you've been on Twitter and you've seen it's almost like a countdown. And I wanted to get right into it. I want us to go right into, let's look at this. Let's go to, as they say, the horse's mouth. Let's go to OpenAI. Let's take a look at.
Hi, everyone. I am so excited to be here. Today, we are releasing our latest and most capable models, GPT-5.6, Sol, Terra, and Luna. Sol will be available over the next 24 hours to all our paid plans. And Terra and Luna are also coming to all our free users. Today,
So this was yesterday. So if you're watching this, this is going to be probably this is going to be on Sunday. So this was released on Thursday, July 9th, and I'm recording this on Friday, July 10th. So it's out, it's there, and you can use it. The work version, the ChatGPT work is there, and the codex is there. I don't really know the difference between the two, but when you go to the app, it like takes you, it doesn't take you to ChatGPT, it takes you to codex and to work.
1 billion users use ChatGPT every week. They use it for helping getting them to write, getting answers, do research, and all sorts of creative things. But what we've seen, and especially with codex and the coding abilities, is that these models are capable of much more. We saw a transformation of software development, and shortly after, internally within OpenAI, everyone was using these models to do so much more than getting great answers. They were using these models to do great things. And you were expecting that we were going to release these models, and we are rolling them out over the next 24 hours. But why I'm really excited to be here today is we're not only releasing the models, we're also announcing 3 major product updates. The first one is ChatGPT Work. ChatGPT Work is your new partner for ambitious work. It works on web, it works on mobile, on the go, and also on desktop. The models with GPT-5.6 Sol have really been a breakthrough in their ability to do things of complex nature for you, understanding very complex content, staying on track for long horizon tasks, understanding spreadsheets, creating them, editing even websites. And we're going to be showing you first ChatGPT Work. We're also announcing an all brand new ChatGPT desktop app. It goes even further and allows ChatGPT to work on your local files, your apps, and your browser. Finally, we're also announcing hosted sites, which we are making available for all paid users.
So that's what's confusing to me, because codex already does that. And it's like when I go into the interface for codex, I switch to ChatGPT Work. It's the same, like it's on the same thing. It looks kind of the same, except all of my files, plugins, and everything is there. It just says ChatGPT Work. And then it says codex is for developers. So I'm not really sure where this is going. I would just, I mean, since this update, I've just been using codex.
It allows you to use ChatGPT Work to create and share those websites with your friends and colleagues. It is a truly magical experience, and I can't wait to show you. First, we're going to have a look at ChatGPT Work. Jessica, Lauren, why don't you show us what they can do?
Hi, I'm Jessica, engineer on ChatGPT Work.
And I'm Lauren. I'm on our strategic finance team.
So we're going to show you the new experience on web and mobile. So let's take a look at mobile. So here we have chat. Chat is the familiar thing you know and love. It's really great for quick answers, search, and brainstorming ideas. But today, we're also introducing work. And work is where I go to have ChatGPT help me just get stuff done. So for example, something that I did right before to prepare for this launch is, hey, ChatGPT, I would love to get an understanding of how people are using the ChatGPT work feature internally. Look through Slack and employee feedback and find people in diverse roles that have used the product in really interesting ways. I'm in San Francisco this week for the launch. I would love to meet up with a few people and really deep dive on their use cases in person. So I can send this through mobile, but these conversations also appear on web. And this is something that I actually did earlier. We can take a look at the results, and ChatGPT Work was able to pull from the sources that I asked for, find interesting people to talk to, and then schedule meetings with them while I'm in town. And one of the feedback posts it highlighted was actually Lauren's.
Yeah, our finance team have become such power users of ChatGPT Work. I'm really excited to show you how we've been using it, but I would love to hear how other teams have been using it too.
Yeah, we've talked to people throughout the company, like recruiters that are using scheduled tasks to track interview progress and make sure that we're getting feedback timely, and data science who are using our new vision.
Now, see it. Something that might be confusing for me. I don't know if anybody else has this challenge. I don't have a Apple phone. I've got an Android, and when I go to my Android app, it connects directly to Codex. So I can go to Codex through the remote. I click that little icon that says remote, and then it goes and connects to Codex. So I don't know how her interface looks a lot different as far as the chat. Now I've got the 5.6 in my app, so I see it there, but my interface looks a lot different than what she's got. Now, I'm on a business plan, so I don't know if ChatGPT for Business is a little bit different than what she's using, or the interface is different. I'm curious to find out.
Visualize feature to just add context for quick ad hoc requests. But I think the finances experience was one of the ones that was most compelling to us.
Yeah, I'm excited to show it to you guys. So finance may not seem like the flashiest demo we could be leading this off with, but ChatGPT Work has really enabled us to run with such lean and efficient teams. And we wanted to show you guys a little bit of a peek behind the curtain at how we've been able to do that. So one of the critical roles of a finance team is being able to explain not only our recent trends, but what they mean for forecast in real time. This takes a couple minutes to run. So we did run this earlier today, but let's say we just closed June and we beat our forecast by $2 million. And I do need to caveat, these are demo numbers.
They don't look like the numbers that you shared yesterday. So I'm glad we're not sharing the real numbers here.
TiVo obviously beats his forecast by more than $2 million. These are demo numbers, but a very real workflow. So we ran this earlier today. This used to take so much manual work. We would have to reconcile multiple systems, our Excel forecast model across multiple cases. And now in one pass, ChatGPT can run the variance analysis for me. So we can see why we beat our forecast and where we still have risk. I can even have ChatGPT Work go in and propose an updated forecast case for us. So we had it do this earlier, or we had it run it yesterday. It went through and updated our Excel model. Let's see. Perfect. Yep, we've got our updated revenue in here, our updated forecast. But I can't just walk Thibaut and Jessica and our business partners through an Excel model. So we also had it put together a PowerPoint presentation that we can use. We've got our latest forecast. We've got our driver's bridge on what's changing in our outlook. And ChatGPT.
Now, if you notice that picture, so it's the outlook and it's looking out. So it's like you're looking at an island, you're looking out. So I think that's very interesting.
GPT Work will meet you where you are. It's great at Excel and PowerPoint, but our finance team have become such big proponents of Sites. It's such a flexible interface to be able to do custom dashboards and really just like storytell around your analysis. So I also asked ChatGPT Work to go in and make us a site with the same analysis that we can share out. We've got our updated forecast. We've got our driver's bridge.
Now, when I saw this and I see this Sites, and this is early on, And the first thing that came to mind is, I mean, it seems like OpenAI is coming for Power BI and Tableau. If you can just take your Excel, so if you want to know what they did, so they've got the Excel data. So you got a Excel, workbook, and then they use that data they also made a PowerPoint, and then they use that to make a web page, which is a visualization, which you can share out, and then it can be updated and shared out rapidly. And you're able to spin this up. I mean, the AI is able to spin it up within seconds without you having to actually go in, clean the data, work with the data, and then generate the visualization. So, I mean, is this a dashboard? Does this go toe to toe at this moment with Power BI or with Tableau? No. However, if you can have one software platform that you can analyze your data in one place instead of having Excel, PowerPoint, Power BI, now you have one software where, okay, you've got your spreadsheet. I'll give you the Excel, but now it can generate a PowerPoint or some sort of presentation. And then now you've got a dashboard or a website that you can share with your entire team. And you can even put together another one that you can share out to, you can have one internal, external, and you can update it very quickly. I mean, even if it's 70% Power BI, 80%, I mean, this is, I think they're really coming for it, because she just automatically put together this website. So I think this is something that we're not thinking about. The other thing you didn't notice is I'm a big fan of whisper flow. So, this transcription, voice to text. If you notice, everyone here is using the voice to text in OpenAI. And I think if you don't kind of pay attention to it, you start to notice that a lot of these other companies, these other software, these other platforms, a lot of their features are being loaded into OpenAI, and they're adding it. So, I'm looking at that now. The voice to text in OpenAI it's good. So why do I need whisper flow? I can just use OpenAI's voice to text. Why do I need Power BI when I can spin up a visualization just by talking and loading up by prompting, loading up my data, and I can create a dashboard and I can share out and edit it. And it can be interactive. So, I mean, when you look at a lot of this and what's coming, and they talk about it, you think about the web interface in Codex and in Work. I really do believe a lot of software is going to be collaborative. Will be platforms where you can go and work individually or with your agent, and other people can use their agents to connect to it, or they can work individually. I think software is going to be more of that collaborative type of platform, because you can send your agent to the particular software. It could start working. You can go in and review it. Someone else can go and edit it. And I think there's going to be a lot of collaborative working with agents and AI. So, and I've showed you this in the Magic Leap video, the proof editor. I think this is where things are going to be moving as AI starts absorbing a lot of the software platforms. I mean, I was watching another demo where they were showing Codex 5.6 was actually spinning up. They had 5.6 to create an Excel clone. And it worked, I don't know how many hours to put together an Excel clone. And it was looking at Excel and then going back and forth, making a clone. So I think what will happen, I mean, this is, I could be wrong. I think where this is heading is that you'll have these platforms, and instead of having to use Excel, so if you think about, you've got Excel, it has a lot of features you may or may not use. The AI will create something like Excel, a spreadsheet for your use case. And then from there, it will can analyze the data, can then create a presentation if need be, summarize it, and then create a website. And you don't really need to have all of the features in Excel. You only need certain features. And I think it's going to get to that point where it's fast enough to just create things on the spot for you, just like this website. So I think this is great.
This is looking good. It's good to go. All right, so we've run our variance analysis. Our forecast is updated. We've got our overviews back for business partners. Let's go ahead and have ChatGPT Work send this to Thibaut. Hey, Chat, can you send the site link over to Thibaut on Slack? Thank you. And we'll send that off.
I hope I get that soon.
Yeah.
It is such a delight to receive these highly interactive and compelling websites. In ChatGPT Work, we've seen it perform very similar things across different use cases. Jessica was using it to understand user feedback and preparing ahead of the launch, even scheduling interesting chats with her colleagues in one-on-one through Calendar. And that was Jessica, but Lauren used it for a very different kind of purpose across finance and very complex workflows where precision and correctness is extremely important. ChatGPT Work was able to understand complex financial data and represent it in the right format at the right time, just with a few steers. Now,
yeah, and I wanted to kind of get your take on this. Where do you see these things going? Because when you think about it, you've got, I mean, if you think about what she did, she got the data, she was able to make the presentation, she was able to put together a dashboard, a site, a web page, and share it. And I'm pretty sure all of that takes just a few minutes. And this is something that one person could do with AI. Whereas before, you would need someone to, I mean, one person could do it, but you would need to know how to use Tableau, Power BI. You would have to put together a visualization, make a dashboard, share that out, clean the data, go through the data, make the PowerPoint. So looking at this, seeing that you've got one person that could put all of this together very quickly, and that information can flow into the organization very quickly, and get out to those, and and things that may have taken a few days plus, if not a week. Now, I mean, it could take an hour or a few minutes for everyone to have that information and to be able to present it, and you don't need that many people. So I want to hear what your thoughts are on this, because are we moving towards, when they talk about job loss, I mean, you don't need someone to sit around all day and work on a dashboard, or someone to wait to get that Excel workbook and then someone else to put together the PowerPoint, I mean, you can have one person with superpowers put this together. So I want to get your thoughts, see what you think. Appreciate you. If you like it, make sure to like and subscribe.